So yeah, this is nuts. I finally get into a bottom line, but like 2 weeks ago, I ordered a package from Amazon, and I'm tracking it, and it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. All of a sudden, I get this thing on my phone, and it says attempted delivery, or no, and here's you get to track it, and it said delivered. It said, and it's not there, but I get the tracking and say it says arrived at carrier facility at which was it? 5:59 a.m. and then delivered at 6:01, 2 minutes later. So they raced 100 miles an hour or something.
Could
so
be. Yeah,
I couldn't believe that. And then related.
It's called express delivery.
Express delivery. That's right. And so I also had one that is currently it's been a UPS versus Amazon computer mayhem. Because one of them said, not attempted delivery, need access code. And you go on Amazon, it says contact USPS for the access code problem. And then I go actually right to the post office and say, what's this? Oh no, you got to go to Amazon. So it goes back and forth. It's been like 2-3 weeks. So finally, here's this one that's, delivered at 6:01, and it's not here, it's not delivered. It says so on Amazon. I've been on at least 2 hours of chats and some phone calls. And then finally, for this access code one, Eric, the mail person, USPS driver, he's got a lot of work. I put a sign that said, honk, because we're here. Because sometimes he just delivers and they're up here. And so I want to discuss this access code. So, of course, he just delivered some packages and left. I put a big sign. So I get in the car and I drive after him. And I 3-4 houses away, I block the driveway so he can't get out. And I go, hi, and he rolls down his window and he's got tons of stuff in there. And I think, oh, God, I see you're sort of busy. He says, yeah, I'm kind of stressed. I said, well, I wanted you to, this access code. There's no access code. I said, well, I guess that's right. Yeah, I tried. I've had a heart attack. And he's older and or whatever. And I got all, because of the holiday, and this is Friday, I think it was a holiday on Monday.
So I guess you picked the wrong cowboy to block in the driveway?
Well, I left him a little space, that's right. And but he had a bunch of packages, and he just had dumped placed my packages nicely, I'm sure. So what's your name? I'm Eric, and what's the supervisor at Columbia Falls there? Gary. And okay, so we're set. No, there's no access code. No, I said, that's all right. You're a great, I see you're busy, and that's fine. I'm puzzled by this. I'm showing him the 6:01 and the
busy
access
and apoplectic.
Well, he's got some issues maybe, and he's stressed out, and he just, he said, I have so many packages that some of them I just have to leave, like, I don't know what, on the loading dock or somewhere. The fact is, it says it's been delivered, and it's not delivered. So, of course, 10 minutes later, I drive to the post office and find Gary, whose real name is Jerry. And did he, at some point, he even called me, left a voicemail from a USPS supervisor guy, pretty amazing, and says, call him back. And of course, you call there, let it ring, 100 times. They don't answer. You've tried to call. You can call the 1-800 number, the national number. That's helpful. No, I didn't do that. So then, after I made everything calm I calmed down. Fine, you're a great guy, Eric. Thanks for all your deliveries. I realize, USPS, the Postal guy drives right to my door, different than in a big city. It's pretty amazing. And he places them there. They're just great. And so I was all pleased with him. And we settled things, and sure enough, Gary or Jerry at the post office said, yeah, it's the computer talking, the USPS computer and the Amazon computer. Amazon sends something, says it's been delayed, and we interpret it, our program says access code. I said, what? So where is this package? Well, yeah, in fact, so then a little later, this has been going on for several weeks. I get a little notice, a delivery notice, your stuff, that was on the 24th. It said, later this afternoon, your stuff will be at the post office. And of course, it's not. And I think, is that the one? It might have been the one the next day, it got delivered. Yeah, I think so. And at that point, I was, trying to calm down Eric, the driver. And so I wrote him this sign. And I brought out a box and set it there in the snow with some Martinelli's cider and my favorite spiritual thing, baby cheeses, right? So I put those in the box outside, wrapped this in a towel because it's getting a little cold. And I put it there, the box even says cheese, And I think, whoops. You're not supposed to, probably like police and what, you're not supposed to give gifts. There's probably some policy. So I don't know what it is with you with Postal Service. You got to watch the Go Postal thing. So I write this sign, right? So here's this sign. It says, Eric, thanks for the delivery, Brogan. This is, a couple of days, or the next day, I think, after our talk. See, and then I didn't want to say these are a gift for you, because that might be verboten. So I write, I found these, they must be yours. And I draw a little baby cheese. See, it's kind of like that, right?
Yeah. I just want to say,
Yeah.
so far, nothing too obscure about this, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, this is getting maybe a little obscure. In fact, it gets worse. So I have a picture of the baby cheeses, and this kind of got faded because it was a highlighter orange of the wine. It's not wine. It's. I tried to. You could have given him a beer, but in this world, you might get in trouble. So there's the sign, right? And that's set out there, and I guess he shows up the next day, either with must have had a package, or maybe he's just out driving. I better not say that. But
on his day off.
Yeah, he likes me now.
Around.
So, but unfortunately, he drives up with whatever reason at my place and looks at the sign and looks. And maybe I think at that point, maybe I took the sparkling cider rosé. See, it's rosé. It's blush. No, it's blush. Sparkling blush. Yeah, I took that away. But that's not in there. Just the cheeses that are now kind of frozen in there. And he's not really a looker or he didn't notice the 9-inch letters that said honk on the other side. I don't have that sign. He didn't honk.
He either didn't or he ignored it.
He ignored him,
Yeah.
or he's busy, and that's fine, Eric. That's fine. But he looks at this and he goes, "Oh, okay." He thought something different, as today would prove. So finally, this is now 3 weeks later. I'm still missing this delivered at 6:01. It's right there on my phone. It's recording this, and it says 6:01. So I take that to Gary this morning, and I show up and I said, I think Casey's been there. My roommate has been there once before with the. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, I did get a call with a voicemail from Gary, the supervisor, and a little note from probably Eric says, call Gary at the post office with the phone number. So I have the direct phone number to there, which you call and they don't answer.
Yeah.
But at least I have the number.
You have the number.
Yeah,
Exactly.
whatever. And so where was I? So Casey's gone with the tracking number and his ID and a note from me saying give the package. They can't find it. It doesn't exist. And the same, I think the correct tracking number. It gets a little muddled. I know you're trying to follow this. Give me feedback on the comments and
we all want to know
referral for your psychiatrist.
How Eric interpreted things. What Eric.
So
interpreted
Eric,
to be.
of course, it turns out I go this morning and I give the tracking number, and of course, he can't read it because that's the job security. You have to, so I had to dictate the number to him. It's, whatever. I got it zoomed in, but that's how it works. And so he goes back and he finds the package, the lost one. Oh yeah, wait, put that back up for a minute. Meanwhile, I'm on, hours of chats and calls with Amazon. I'm sorry, you've been frustrated. And I've been trying to send them screenshots. I mean, like 20 screenshots of the 601 and the 559. How could that get delivered? No response. With the sketch of you're wrong. There are multiple instances of miscommunication and lost packages. And I'm trying to send those, most of those kind of bounce back. And then finally, yesterday I was on another chat and she said, oh, let me give you a link to give you screenshots. And I la-di-da, go to that, long chat, with first Camille and then she hangs up and then it's Soyan and he or she
is international now?
Oh yeah, no, they're all in Pakistan or they're immigrants, so be careful with that. And so she gives me a link to give a screenshot, upload something. And I tap on that and I put, and of course the screenshots are on my iPad, so I have to airdrop to my phone. But finally I go, and I put 2 photos in there and send them. Then I'm going to put 2 more. This link has expired. You only get 1 chance. I should have put like 10 photos. And in fact, later, Camille Nosoyan says, "Oh, yeah, the link I sent it expires in was it 2 minutes or 10 minutes? It was something pretty short." But so I didn't get to send. I had a lot of screenshots, some history, trying to catch up because most of them bounced back. No one, I don't know if they see them or not. She saw those two or he. And said, "Oh, I see you have a problem. Let me credit you $14.99 for your account. It's like a Prime monthly charge. How about that? Would you accept that?" And I'm about to hit accept, and the whole chat disappears. Okay, so I start another chat, and I get now to Orlando or some other name, and I reiterate that. And in fact,
Wait
I
a
said,
minute.
"Can
When
you
you
get
make
soy?"
up a name, the name you make up is Orlando?
No, it is Rando. I got screenshot of that.
All right,
I will
okay.
take screen. Usually you can get the chat transcript, but with Amazon or that doesn't happen these
Okay.
days. So I screenshot that. I love screenshots. That's you probably know.
I
You
know.
tap this button and that gets screenshot. And so I'm now with a Rando, and I've lost the $14.99, or maybe not. I haven't checked lately. You keep going back to my Amazon website and look at my orders, and it still says delivered, and that was on the 24th. Now it's where are we? The 8th or it is a
And I
while.
just want to say, great story. Will there be meal breaks?
No, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Because the real bottom line is today at Gary, he comes out and gives me the package. I go, "Thanks, boy, that's great. I'm sure glad, and I'm glad I'm on I realize it's Amazon's fault. I'm with USPS, so of course I push the blame like they do. And he says, "Nah, just a minute." And he goes in the back, or maybe he asked me about the sign at some point. Anyway, he goes in the back and comes back and he says, "I saw the sign, and Gary saw the sign, and he was really upset. He saw it, and he just took it in the wrong way, and he's taken the day off, and." And I went, "What sign? Wait, I probably have a picture."
We're talking about?
This sign.
Yeah, but it's Eric the driver.
Eric's the driver,
Yeah, okay.
right? Yeah, and he saw that, and of course I say, "Well, what?" He's now he gave Gary an official complaint about a customer, me, that is driving. Basically, it's a pile of shit. So he didn't see the baby cheese down in the box. Or the wine, I think I had taken. It's not wine, sparkling cider, inside because it was 10 degrees out. But he looked at this, and I purposely didn't say this is a gift for you because I thought that was illegal. You can't do that. So I said, "I just found these." You do that when you want to tip somebody and they can't accept it. "Oh, hey, someone dropped a $10 bill. That must be yours, sir." You do that around the policy. So I was going, "I found these. It must be yours." And he thought this was a pile of shit.
Well,
And I was calling, and that's what the supervisor said. I had tears in my eyes.
I would
thought,
never have come up with that.
well, but Eric did. And he was,
Eric's a very
and this is after we had a meeting of the minds.
rapprochement.
So that's the bottom line. I have the product, and in fact, I think I have now two, because Amazon sent a replacement for free. It's not here yet. There may be a bonus track here.
And you still have your cheeses and the blush.
Well, that's true too. I'd like to give it now. And I asked Gary, the supervisor. I said, "Well, can you give gifts like with police and whatnot? That's not allowed." He said, "No, we can accept gifts." I should have had the cheeses then and give it to him. So I'm going to set this out and I go, big letters, "Eric, this is a gift for you." What do I go? A gift and not a pile of shit? Or
Well, at this point, I think if you're going to do that and emphasize the word gift,
yeah.
I might go. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I might go a little bigger than 2 baby cheeses.
Well, these are my favorite.
I know they are, but
Like what, a whole wedge?
But he doesn't know how valuable those are to you. And to
baby cheeses.
a guy on the street. Hey, these were left over from my lunch, and I thought maybe you'd like them. They have a little bit of that quality to me.
Not
so
for
I'm
me,
just saying,
but-
no, I know.
I want to eat one now, but they're Eric's.
I know, they're like crown jewels. But anyway,
I could give him a whole box of cheese. What is this?
There you go.
Yeah. No, $47. Yeah.
Or just make the box itself the gift. That might be even better. I mean, it's a fine box. It's got the word cheese on it, as we said. It's got the farms listed on the
Shredded
side.
sharp cheddar.
There you go.
Whoa! Wait a minute. 2 of 2. Someone. One's not delivered. Of course.
To me, ever so slightly, it feels like a little bit like a bait and switch, where you're giving them a box with a capacity for 20 pounds of cheese.
That's like Amazon.
With two
they send
one-
those giant boxes with
Yeah,
a foil
I
wrapper,
know, but
2 napkins.
He's probably had enough dealings with Amazon packages.
We all have.
So I do
Every
one of
day.
two things. I'd either up the cheese count
Okay.
or give him a smaller box.
Small. Okay. I got a lot of boxes from
Yeah.
Amazon when they get delivered.
So the ratio, the disparity isn't quite so great between the package and the
Of course,
contents.
if it's too small, Eric won't see it because he doesn't.
You could get some Klieg lights, some strobe lights on it, you know.
I just ordered one from Amazon. A light. Good idea.
It should be here in 3 months.
Oh, at least. No, it's already delivered. That's what Amazon finally said. He says, well, sometimes when they're on the way and they have 5 packages, they just mark them all as delivered and then they get delayed and take them home. It's called pre-delivery. There's actually a policy. They've told me this direct. He said, yeah, it's easier to, when you're in the truck, instead of each place, you got 7 houses along the lane, and you're going to get to them all, and so you just mark them all delivered right now at noon 03, and then and then you get lunch, and you forgot the last 2.
So couldn't they have the decency to put air quotes around the word delivered?
They could, yeah. I mean, everyone runs into that every now and then. And the other worst thing is now I'm off the right subject with Gary and Eric, but where the package is on its way and it says delivery attempted, inadequate address. It's the same address I've had for 11 years. And it finally comes 3 days later or 4 days later with the address. And what? That's a different issue. Not, I think that's enough. You've probably hung up anyway. Anything else? Any other questions, sir?
Is it over?
Do you want some blush? Oh, wait, this is Eric's. Is this okay to give him? This is big enough, as long as it's not in a big box.
Yes, definitely. That's classy.
Okay.
Put a ribbon around it.
Okay,
That's
I'll get a few more of these.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, more cheese or less box. That's
more cheese, less box. Okay, cut. I hope that was all recorded. Oh, it was. Okay.